we're going to be watching Ford1625, who's playing Reinhardt. This is Masters 5 on PC on New Queen Street. I took a 2-week break from comp between last season and this season. I still played a fair bit of quick play, but really attempted to refine some of my gameplay. Today I felt pretty good. Hopped in a few comp matches, went 2-3. I felt very good in the 2 matches I won, completely diffed the enemy tank, but in the other matches I got diffed into oblivion, especially in mirror matches. I need some advice on what I can do. I know my positioning awareness aren't always the greatest, and mechanically I feel like I mess up a lot more than I should. It is weird because I felt like I was leagues better mechanically at the beginning of last season than I am right now. I can't explain that. I'll appreciate any advice given. I picked the New Queen Street game. Felt good at the beginning here. Felt like I held space pretty well. The switch to the Bastion by the enemy team was really hard for me to adapt to for some reason. The enemy Rammatra also just walked all over my team with ult every time. In the end, he got way more damage and limbs than me and was a way bigger of a threat. Okay, let's take a look. So, starting right spot. Yep, taking high ground. This is all correct. Good. Right, they're a little slow coming out. It's fine. It's okay, Fire Strike. So, from here you should think, okay, like, where should I be standing, alright? So with a Moira here, right, the fact that you've already taken high ground, you can see the enemy team comp, I want to come down here. Because I want my Moira to be playing like right here with me. So I got to come down here and start taking this space. You standing high ground is not going to help. Yep, and you make the right call. Okay, so far so good. So I would be looking for double fire strikes, right? Always be looking. This is one of the problems if you spam all your fire strike charges out. So you have 2 charges right now. You spam one of them, okay? Which is not high accuracy. And that's also why I wouldn't consider high accuracy fire strike. Imagine we got here, you have 2 fire strike charges. And then I go to the right, I do 1 hit, and then double fire strike both of them. You know, like that's like big value right now, and it also makes you burstier, which makes Mei have to respect you. Swing right now. Ugh. So I understand like you're initially scared by wall, right? But first of all, I would want to keep the wall here. I want to point this way so the wall protects my Genji. Does that make sense? Like you want to step here and then swing slightly to the right so the wall protects the Genji, A. But B, once the Genji's like through, like then start swinging, right? 1 swing fire strike Mei instantly dies right now. I don't know why you're playing so passive. Like you should recognize, look at your health, and look at the situation, and be like, I gotta start swinging. Swing, 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 swing. Like this is really important. Like this is an easy kill if you just swing. I think that you also have an opportunity to charge there. But your team's also gonna win it. They have a terrible lineup to deal with the Pharaoh, which is a big reason why this is such an easy win. Okay, so now that you won this, what should you do? Right? I think it's totally fine to come up here, right, and just sit on their high ground, right, and just chill. Force them to get you off high ground. Because there's nothing else for you to do. There's nothing you're going to do back here, right? The whole team wipe, go up here, play high ground with where your Genji. Your Genji's playing the correct spot. Play with the Genji. Like, there's no reason to be on card. Card does not move any faster in push mode. I hope you know this. If you're a Master Spy, I really hope you know that. Card does not move faster in push mode only. Not in payload. Payload it does move faster. Not that you should be on card anyway. But in push mode, it does not move faster. And see all the space that you gave up? Right, that they able to come down here. If you stand over here, it forces them to use abilities, cooldowns, damage, whatever, right, to push you out, and then you can step off when you need to. This fire strike is... what? I guess you thought maybe the Echoes could fly over there? Don't throw low percentage fire strikes. A really good hallmark of good Rhines is that they can farm shatter quickly by throwing high accuracy, efficient, multi-hit fire strikes. Now you realize there's a Bastion. By the way, you would have known there was a Bastion if you were playing high ground or hitting tab. Because now there's a Bastion, you have to play very, very differently, right? With Bastion, core rule, 6 seconds up, 10 seconds down. Always the rule for Bastion, okay? 6 seconds in assault form, tank form, okay? Then he has a 10-second cooldown. During the 6 seconds that he's in assault form, hide. Just don't do it, like, don't do anything. Just stay the heck out of the way, right? Hide around a corner and make sure that you're not caught in the open, right? You want to be out here when he pops assault form, okay? You want to be like right here and be like, okay, cool, I'm going to shield a little bit and get around the corner. That's number 1. Number 2, when tank form's down, push, 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 because they're effectively a man down. Because not like regular recon mode Bastion, not very dangerous, other than sticky, which is not a problem for you. Okay? So when tank form's down, push, 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 push. The biggest problem that I see from tanks at all levels is they hide when the Bastion's in tank form, then they take too long to start pushing, and then by the time they start pushing, Bastion has tank form again, and then they're like, how do I do this? It feels like the Bastion's always in tank form. It's because you're not timing it correctly. 6 seconds up, 10 seconds down. Oh man, and this is just sloppy to die here, right? Again, if you're playing high ground, like first of all, you're clearly not checking the scoreboard because you didn't see the DPS swaps. Whenever people die and you got a lull between fights, check scoreboard. I check scoreboard all the time in general, but especially in lulls, like between fights, check scoreboard. If you've been staying high ground, you would have seen the Bastion leave spawn and realized you had to play differently from the very beginning. So that's problem number 1, why you've gotten so low. Problem number 2 right now is you just end up letting your shield go down here. Right? Just you should have released this right now, right? Even a 1 health shield can be very important. But also, I mean, you could potentially try to charge out, actually, honestly. I think that would have... Once I hear the Bastion, I think you would shield, tuck in right here, and then charge out. Would have saved your life. Trying to walk out here is suicide. Yeah. That's a really, really big loss. Like, that losing that fight is big, because you actually were in good shape otherwise, because your team had ult advantage. Especially after they swap multiple heroes. What is this Fire Strike? Masters 5 Reinhardts can't be throwing Fire Strikes like this. There's literally no one on your screen. Why are you throwing this Fire Strike? It's so painful. I don't even know why you're charging right now. I don't. Did you know the Bastion was? Oh, I guess you think the Bastion's chasing your Genji. Okay, I understand what happens here. So, for the record, I would immediately start curving to the left. I wouldn't even bother aiming this way. I would just aim this way from the start. Because if this Bastion keeps walking this way, he is a fool, and he's going to die no matter what. Okay? But, most likely he's going to the left, so I'm looking to get the pin into this bus. But, you don't curve enough. You're forced to cancel early. You missed the Fire Strike. You can't be missing Fire Strikes. You can't be missing Fire Strikes at a Bastion in your face. Like, that's no good. On a mechanics level, like, you're just gonna get... Yeah. This is bad. And for the record, if you had 2 Fire Strikes there, this is an easy kill. Right? So, 1 Fire Strike, swing, 2nd Fire Strike. It's over. But... it's no good. Running it back. Play here. Right? That's a good Fire Strike. You charge in. You miss the Rammatra. That's okay. Start swinging, right? Once he goes Nemesis form, don't bother shielding. Shielding doesn't do anything against Nemesis. Like, this is a bad habit you gotta work yourself out of. When you're fighting Rammatra, do not shield. If he's in Nemesis form, do not shield. Keep swinging. Swing, 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 swing. Do not give up any space, because then he's gonna start kiting you, right? When I play Rammatra against Rein, I force the Rein to swap off after like 1 or 2 lives, because I just kite them into oblivion. Right? Do not allow the Rammatra to get any space against you. You are significantly better and do more damage, almost twice as much damage if you include Fire Strikes, against Rammatra at close range, and you have like better durability. Like, just keep swinging. Swing, 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 swing. So you see the Echo, you're trying to get to her, that's fine. Great. Other team makes mistakes too, we'll take it. Right? There's no reason that Rammatra should have popped Annihilation there. So the great news is you know your huge advantage in ult charge. Right? Your ult economy is much better, so you should pop Shatter as soon as possible next fight, then start farming and hopefully have Shatter by the time he gets his next Annihilation. This Fire Strike is obviously garbage. This second one, like, what is this Fire Strike? Into the wall. Like, you're not giving yourself any chance at landing these Fire Strikes, which is really important because you're about to get ulti. Alright, you block it. For the record, you should shield hop backwards. This is not shield hopping. Shield hopping is not jumping with your shield hop up. It is jumping first without shield, then turning shield on. I don't actually know if you know this technique, so I'm going to link the video to how to do this. Because at this point, you should know how to do these like basic Rein techniques. So Coalescence is up. I think it's fine to chill for now. There's only so much space you can give up, though. So at this point, I would step forward. Yeah, I think at this point, step forward, because there's no way to cover anyway. You don't want your Moira to be able to turn. You want their Moira to turn the corner on your team. If that makes sense. I would have stepped up a little before this to prevent her from doing what she's doing right now. Kill the Moira, great, fantastic. So you have Shatter here if you need it. I think this is fine. So I don't think this is a good timing for the Fire Strike cancel. So you're already almost at another swing. You should have done the next swing and then done Fire Strike. Great. Shield, yep, good. This is good instinct. Yep, correct. Fire Strike. Yep. I mean, you miss it, but that's okay. Like, this is okay. This is totally fine. Like, missing, like, you're not going to hit them all. I don't expect you to hit them all either, right? But it's like, one thing you should get, this is fine too, right? Just keep pinging her. Just ping her for your Zen to kill her. Yep. Great. Cool. So, right now, it is a three-person situation. They have short spawn. You do not want to be pushing. I know it seems weird. I would just sit way back here and just sit with my team and just wait for the other 2 to come up, because you have no realistic chance of being able to take high ground right now anyway. So most important thing is not to die right now. Dying right now is going to stagger you tremendously, and you don't have another support. Yeah, see? So your Zen, your Junk's dead. I don't think your Junk would have pushed up here if you didn't push up. Right? And now you're down to 4 and 5 situation. Force Echo right away. So you only have so much space left. I think you did a good job toggling shield there, but you get run over. Yeah, I mean, that starts with just can't be playing forward there. You got to know the situation. You got to know how to play push maps. right? You have to know, look, this is not the time to push. That's what's going to distinguish you. Like, it's once your mechanics are on the par, like once you get to high masters and your mechanics are like there, it's going to be decisions like that, understanding when to push and when not to push. That's going to really distinguish you. So you need to be careful here. I would be fire striking out the door. Wait, let's kind of back up here because a lot has happened. So I really don't want to be playing this room. This room is actually not great because this happens. Someone comes in behind you. Your team can't heal you here. Like, in order to heal you, your team has to overextend to try to get you. I think you just play regular, right? You just play chill, right? Play over here. Definitely don't walk into the room deep, right? And then I would just push back the opposing Rammatra. Like, right? Fire strike here. Okay, heal the Rammatra. Great. Turn back. Start swinging. Swing, 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 swing. Swing on the Rammatra. Swing on the Rammatra. Right? Way too slow. The Rammatra's gotten 4 punches in before you hit your first hammer swing. Again, do not fight out this doorway. This is going to be death. This is fine. Yeah. No, no, no. Why would you charge right now? Oh my god. So, Bastion tank form is up, number 1. Number 2, Rammatra Annihilation's up. I don't know why you're leaving your team right now. This is not even a good spot for the Bastion to be in tank form. Just go to the left, shield off Rammatra, right? Let your team damage him down, right? Wait out the timer. You're good. Like, you're totally good. I don't know why you force this right now for no reason. You get shredded by the Bastion, your team has lost 2 because you let the Rammatra into your backline, and then you lose. For the record, like, this is all you. Like, the reason why the Rammatra's running over your team is because of you. You know? Like, all you had to do was zone the Rammatra from the very start. Especially recognizing, like, the Rammatra should be ahead in ult charge because you ulted in the last fight, so he should be ulting in this one because he ulted in the one before that. So just knowing that he's ulti here, just be like, just zone the Rammatra, just keep damaging him. Rammatra, if he pops Annihilation with 300 health, is totally different than if he pops Annihilation with 600 health. Like, work him down so he can't get as much value out of Annihilation. So yeah, I mean, this whole thing just goes, you play out of position, you have the wrong, I mean, as you say, what was it, you talked about target priority? Yeah, kill the tank. Like, as Brawl heroes, like, you plus Orisa, Rammatra often, right? Your goal is to kill whoever is the frontmost hero. Do not try to go for flanks. I think this is a big mistake. Don't go for flanks. There are times where, yes, charging the backline will work. I don't think you know those times. So in general, whatever is the hero in front of you, kill the frontmost hero, right? If it's a Winston diving your backline, fine. Then go kill their backline or whatever ends up being, right? But don't let the Rammatra just walk past you and kill your backline. This is another bad fire strike. Right? I feel like you're like trying to go for the Moira, then you switch your mind when you see this going to the right. But like stuff like that adds up, you know? Like you throw so many fire strikes that have 0% chance of landing. You gotta go up and start contesting this. Like your team should have advantage right now. I think you're in a 5-on-3. Yeah, you're in a 5-on-3 situation, 5-on-4 situation. Like you should have been way more aggressive here. Like Bastion ulti or not, you know, it kind of is what it is, right? Like you can't block at all. It's happening behind you. Just stay on the cart. I would stay on the cart the whole time. All right, now you killed 2. Charge forward. Charge forward. Right. The second that you see you killed 2, I charge right now. I want to go kill this Moira. So now you are overextended. There's no reason for you to be out this far. You let shield break, which is a mistake. I would have solo shattered this Bastion. Like right here, this Bastion's out of position. I would just shatter him right now and go for the kill. Right? Between you and Baptiste, the Bastion should die here. Remember, getting just one with shatter, totally fine. Right? You take the Bastion out of the fight, great. So because you were out of position, like what are you doing here? Like why are you here? Like they've rotated. It's fine. Like you need to get back to your team. Oh, now Bastion's ulting from above. You lost one. There's no way to win this now. You reset, which is the right call. Oh, maybe the right call. You should have swung first. So this should be a dragging swing, right? Swing as you start walking forward. Swing like this, dragging forward, and then do fire strike for the kill. That would give you one more punch on the hammer swing on the Rammatra. Oh, you can't miss that. Like little things like that, big deal for Rhine mechanics. Another bad fire strike. right? At close range, just keep the crosshair on them as though it was a hit scan weapon at all times. So I think you know that there's no tank form right now. Yep. So you know there's no tank form. I think this is an okay charge. I would have canceled it maybe a little earlier, but as a reminder, against Rammatra, if it's just a Rammatra, just attack. The shield is not helping you, just attack. Even if you're going backwards, attack. Again, what is this Fire Strike? Why do you do this? It hurts my heart as a tank player, as a tank main. Why do you do this? Just like throwing abilities away. Oh, you can't miss this. Okay, so this is an easy hammer swing that you just mess up, right? So this hammer just barely misses him because you're not doing the camera trick, right? Snap it to the left and let the edge of the hitbox hit the Rammatra. Again, I will link my Reinhardt techniques guide because I also did never see you doing third-person peeking, so I'm going to assume that you do not, in fact, know these techniques. Okay, so you should have done a Fire Strike cancel there for the kill, but we'll take it. This charge should have been on the Bastion. Great, we'll take it. Oh, you're going to take the lead? You almost got him. I mean, I don't think this is a good charge anyway, because I don't think the Rammatra dies even if you do pin him, and you're going to be stuck in the back line with, like, you're going to get slept, naded. I think that you're actually lucky that this did not pin. Because I feel like if it did pin him, you would have kept it going all the way and gotten completely rolled. So you are way too far forward. They have short spawn, they have high ground control. Like, going on the other side of the bus stop is suicide. See? Now you forced out Lamp early because your Baptiste is nervous that you're going to die here. This is a big mistake, especially with window up. All you had to do was chill. What happens here? So you're just like hardcore panicking right now because you were out of position to begin with, and remember what I said about don't, like, if the Rammatra's punching you, like, think about it. The only thing that your shield's blocking right now is the Rammatra. So even if you're getting shot from the back, the shield's not helping you at all. Just swing right now if you're going to be doing this, right? I would swing and make my way behind car. Work cover to cover. You get super low right now, and then you just get, yeah. And definitely do not pop Shatter here. Like, I think this is a 4. It should be a 5-on-5, but someone's late, right? But it's okay. Dying here is fine. They have to win like 3 team fights. Just save Shatter for the next fight, or save Shatter for the fight after that, or save fight for the Shatter after that. Save Shatter for the fight after that. Like, build 5 team fight ultis and then just pop them all in one fight and win. It's okay. You don't need to win by a mile, right? Just winning one fight here ends the game. Actually, they have minute 20 left, but it's still a long way. I don't think it's worth it to Shatter there, considering the risk situation. You can't miss that swing. I would be very careful about walking behind Rammatra shield because it blocks healing for you. Also, I feel like you're down 1 in this situation. I think we need to roll back because, like, a lot of things have happened here. Okay, so you're coming out again. 1, 2, 3. And the soldier's here. Great. So you're good, right? This is a 5-on-5 situation. So playing this corner, yep, this is fine, right? Right call to do. There's no reason to look back here. Literally no reason to look back here. Even if somebody comes out of this doorway, like let's say Bastion comes to the doorway, it's not your job to deal with them. Like, your team will take care of it. Just play front. Hanzo kills soldier, nothing you can do about it. But now that Hanzo killed soldier, I immediately go back. Right? Go back, play next high ground. Just leave. Just leave. Do not contest this. I feel like you're trying to stop, like, forward spawn, but I don't think this is going to work. But, I mean, if you do this, it's fine. Just don't use any resources. I mean, you don't, not that you have any, but your whole team needs to be on the same page. Definitely don't let this happen. This is a mistake. So if you're gonna fight here, die on the point. 100% die on the point. On the point. On the point. So that way, when you die before caps, it'll halve your respawn time, and then you can get back faster and contest the next high ground. Like, if you're gonna do this, you cannot let this happen. Right? This is the worst case scenario because now they have forward spawn and you're not dead yet, which means you're staggering from your team. Like, you're clearly going to die here, right? There's no way you're going to get away from this. Right? Now you're staggered. Your supports are staggered because they're trying to keep you alive. So, tank form is down. You should have charged right when tank form is ending. Oh, what are you doing? This should have been a pin. You definitely didn't run out of distance. Like, this should have been a pin to the wall. Just pin to this wall. Why do this? Oh, this is a throw. What the heck? Yeah, and now this is over. Well, actually, maybe not. Your team managed to win it despite the fact that you just threw your life away. Like, you died instantly at the start there, and their team still won the fight. That is very impressive. But now, you're going to in for a very bad time. The Rammatra's gone Rein, which I think is really amusing. They probably just stopped your Shatter. You can't hit the arm of the robot. Like, just think about it. You're so close to Shatter right now. Right? This is a disastrous Fire Strike. This is what I'm saying. Like, these little mistakes you have all game add up. And then right now, you should have Shatter, right? If that Fire Strike lands, you have Shatter. And then you have Shatter when this Rein walks into you. Right now, Shatter. Bam. Fight one. But instead, this happens. You get pinned. And that's the end of the game. Okay. So, recapping. What the change? I would say, honestly, the biggest thing that sticks out is your mechanics, right? Missing hammer swings, right? Missing, like, throwing low accuracy, like, low percentage fire strikes is really killing you. Like, really, really killing you. Charges that are messed up for a variety of reasons, that stuff's really, really killing you, and it's going to make it hard to climb into upper masters. Number one. Number two, I think generally understanding how to play the push mode and, like, understanding when to go, when to come back, like the awareness of, like, what the number situation is and the terrain that's coming up. Do I keep pushing here? Do I stop? That part's missing, and that's specifically hurting you on push. And number three, against Rammatra / in general, kill whoever's in front. Like, don't worry, like, you're so good at killing whoever is in front, just focus on that. Don't try to go for the flanks, don't try to do anything fancy, just kill whoever is standing in front of you, right? And specifically against Rammatra, you're struggling with, like, holding shield up while he's punching, not getting close enough to him to allow him to kite you. Things like that are dragging you down. Okay, I'm gonna stop there. Hopefully this is helpful.